As an educator, when we see our student teachers out there dealing with trauma, really hard-hitting, very sad things, and wondering, what are we doing to prepare our students? Michelle Fryer-Hansen, I am an Associate Professor of Education and the Area Chair.
Lisa Riddle, I'm an Assistant Professor of Education. Michelle and I published a cutting-edge article for ASCD Ed Advantage entitled Shifting Roles, How Can We Prepare Teachers to Address Trauma in the Classroom? So brain research tells us that students can't access their executive function of their brain if their basic needs aren't met. And as teachers, it is our primary goal to be able to access that in order for them to learn. And so it's an area that we're very interested in, because if those basic needs aren't met, then our objective and purposes for school are not met.
My own experience of having trauma in my life, my father was in the military. We moved around a lot. He was a functioning alcoholic and saw lots of things that I probably shouldn't as a child. And the one thing I remember very vividly was my mother was trying to make sense of it, and at the time I was 10, and she used me as a confidant and told me things that a 10-year-old should not know. And that, all of those experiences together really propelled me to be interested in trauma, grief, and loss. Our students in the schools aren't always told everything about a child and their experiences, and so when we pair that with management, that really becomes a provocative question.
So I think some of the major questions that we started to explore in this article as well is there a shift in the role of a teacher? What does that shift look like? As Michelle had mentioned, does that mean that a teacher's access to some of that information need to change? How does that impact FERPA and confidentiality?
Many of our students in trauma are at that very level. If they don't have that resiliency, they can't ever get higher than that because they're not safe. They don't necessarily have someone to take care of them, and maybe food insecurity, maybe there's so many ways that trauma can show itself. But we have to figure that out.